Hi everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you the top 5 tips of video editing. Now if you don't know what a video editor is, it's someone who takes video and audio, perhaps the audio from the clips or using music tracks, creating a sequence out of these and then adding any transitions, effects and color corrections / grading on the end. And this can be in a YouTube video format, a TV show, a film and many more different ways. This video mainly relates to YouTube video editing, but in general it can be taken on board for your future, say you have a job in editing. You might realise that the quality of my audio is a lot better now, and this is because I picked up a Rode Video Mic Go, and I've got to say from testing this so far the quality of this audio is actually really good and I can't wait to test it out in the future. The first tip which I'm going to bring to you is having a good music choice. Now I've seen plenty of people out there using really bad mainstream and overused music, and this isn't a very good look on your channel. And music, it can affect the mood, the style and the pace of your video overall, and you may want to have it upbeat and fast, so you want to use some kind of hip hop beat, and if it's depressing and sad you're going to want to use some more emotional music. But it just depends really, the choice of music needs to fit the style of your piece. Personally, I use music channels on YouTube, there's tons out there, and this is a really good way to find music for your videos, especially if it's copyright free. There's plenty of channels out there which you can use. Now down below in the description I've listed and linked a couple of channels which I use myself personally for my music, and a lot of their songs aren't copyright, which is a great thing to know. There are other channels such as Majestic Sounds, Trap Nation, Chill Nation, and these aren't particularly vlog type music. This is more like edit wise and stuff. So if you're looking for music for edits, perhaps if you're watching my channel because you scooter, or if you just want to make kind of cinematic videos, then definitely check out them type of channels. You'll find them somewhere, you just got to look around really. In addition to this, there is several websites which you can use, such as Premium Beat, Free Music Archive and Epidemic Sounds. Now I don't use these websites myself, but I have done in the past, and I've got to say they're very good websites. The only problem is with Premium Beat and Epidemic Sound, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for them, so just consider that. But if you're getting into things professionally, then maybe you could use these for music. The final source is definitely SoundCloud. Now it's very hard to find artists in general on there because it doesn't have genres and stuff, it kind of just has a search bar. But if you go on big YouTubers such as Casey Neistat, Mars Bar, Scooter Brad, etc., then you can click on the description and they actually link the artist which is on SoundCloud, and you can find great quality music from there. So that's all the tips I can give you for finding music for videos. Tip number 2 is cutting to the beat of the music. Now it's very important that you do this because it adds the pace, it engages the viewer more and makes it look more professional overall. I personally think that if you don't cut to the beat precisely, it doesn't look very professional, and also it makes you look kind of lazy as an editor. So now I'm going to head into my editing software, and I've got some clips from an old vlog. This is actually the vlog from Normo, and I'm going to grab 2 clips, just drag these into the timeline. And then we actually need a music track, so I'm going to drag a music track in there now. Obviously in my type of vlogs I don't have audio on the actual videos itself, so I'm going to take that off there now. If we listen to the music itself, we can hear when the beats are, so if we play that now. Beat. Beat. What you want to do is use your left and right keys, that's it, just literally left and right keys, and this will help you out a ton. Use the keys like this, and then that's literally where the beat is. So what you can do is use the letter M. This key is very important. Remember this key, letter M means marker, and a marker just literally marks a timeline kind of marker on there. And with this marker you can then go back to it. So on Final Cut you can scroll to where you want to go, and then it matches up like that. You can click and then you're straight on the beat. So for now what we do is we cut the end off there like that, and then we've cut the beat there. So if we watch this back now, it should be time to the beat. And that's obviously in Final Cut, so I'm going to open up Premiere right now. And it's the same thing really on this, so I'll just get rid of these clips here. We can find a clip, drag that on the timeline, and then obviously find a beat again. So we cut that there, drag another clip on there. There we go, so now we're going to watch it back. There we go, so we've timed it very well with the audio. That's a great way to do it. Literally just press these keys or scrub through the timeline like so, and that's a really good way to find the beats and the music. The final tip which I can give you with finding the beats is that's using the marker tool, but you want to do this a bit differently. You want to play back the music, and each time you hear a beat, press the letter M, and then that will place a marker, so then you can go back to each beat. It probably won't be on the actual beat, but it'll be close enough so you can look back on it, and that'll be a quick way to do it. So I'm going to do it for like 3 beats just to show you an example of how I have to do it. So there we go, as simple as that. There's 2 different ways which you can cut to the beat of music. Tip number 3 is taking out unimportant parts. Now what I mean by this is you don't want to drag on videos, so such as vlogs, you don't want to just ramble on for ages, and you want to just make sure that you don't include the bits where you're talking for too long. And in general, just in videos, you just want to make sure that you cut it down as much as possible to keep it entertaining and not to bore your viewer. So now I'm going to head straight into the editing software and give you an example of this. So if I get a clip, and I'm just going to drag it in right now, if we watch this clip back, you can see now there was like a bit at the start where there was no point of that, it was just me doing this. So there's no point of including that. So what I do is find a bit where it's actually quite good. So if I say attempt to, you probably can't hear that, but I definitely say attempt to, so then I cut that down. What I could do is take this bit out here, so when I drop in there, because when I'm 180 and coming back, it's just no point in including that. So if I cut this out, and then I can scroll to when I come, so about there, cut it out, and then if you watch this, let's watch how much better it looks. There we go, so it's just straight into it, no messing around, and if you watch it back without the cut, just look how boring it looks. See how it drags on, like you're just bored already. So you really want to concentrate on that, and I'm just going to give you another example now. So let's find another clip. So here we go, this is the one of me talking, rambling on, so let's find a bit which we actually want to use. Yeah, so basically I was trying to bar spin, I tried like 50, 60 attempts, and I just kept failing, and then I fell off really bad in the end, so that's why I'm not trying it, but I might try later, but I don't think I will. So you see how I just rambled on, I went like this bit. But I might try later, but I don't think I will. So I went, but I might try later, but I might do, or something. So what I can do is, before that I can cut it and then get on to what else I say. So let's do that right now. So that's why I'm not trying it, but I might try later, but I might try later, I'll actually keep that in. I might try later, but so I want to cut out the other bit, so let's cut that. And then let's keep listening to it. But I don't think I will. But now Harry's in bar, and he did. And then now's Harry doing a bar. Now Harry's in bar, and he did a flow you just saw. But yeah, there we go. And then I literally don't need that because it's just me talking about Harry doing a bar spin. Like I don't need that, so I can just skip straight to when he's about to do the bar spin. Completely cut all that footage out, and then if we watch it back from like just before the cut, let's have a look how much better it looks. No, I fell off really bad in the end, so that's why I'm not trying it, but I might try later. Yo, dude. It just looks so much better when you think about what you're actually cutting out. If you shorten the piece overall, it's going to make it more engaging. It will just make your videos so much better, guys. Tip number 4 is going to be using shortcut keys. Now I use shortcut keys all the time, and I don't particularly use loads of them, but there are some crucial ones which you're going to need, and this will make your process of editing much quicker, I promise you that. So if we look on here, there's a drop down bar, and this has many different tools in it, such as trim, position, range selection, etc. But I literally only use blade and select, so I don't use anything else. So if we select blade, that brings it up. But a quicker way to do this is look at the letters on the side of it, and it says blade equals B. So then we select on the timeline, press B, and it switches to the blade tool. So that's really cool. Just play around with that for all of these tools. Now an even quicker way to do it than just pressing the key B, you can actually press Command B, and this actually just cuts the footage like that. So easy. So an even quicker way to do this is you actually want to press Option or Alt and then the back bracket or the forward bracket. Now you're probably confused right now, why would I do that? Now this actually deletes everything before the marker and the line, or it deletes everything in front. And then you just press Alt backspace, deletes everything before. How simple is that? It's just so sick. And then what you can do is press Command Z, and that's another shortcut. If you want to go back, then press Command Z. If you want to go forward, press Shift Command Z, and that goes forward for you. And then the final shortcut which I'll give you is definitely copy and paste, because you might want to copy some music, you might want to copy a clip, etc. So to do this, what you do is select clip, literally just press Command C for copy, and then find the cursor where you want to paste it, and then press Command V. Simple as that. The final shortcut which I'm going to give you is actually importing media into the timeline. So you basically find the section you want. I won't go into too much depth, but you get the section you want, and rather than dragging it in or on top, you can basically press Q to put it on top of footage. So say the cursor is there, you can press Q, goes right on top of the clip, and then if you press W, that goes in between the clips, so it creates a cut and slides the clip into there, so like so, which the clip's in between. And then the last clip, which is probably the most useful, is E, and that goes right to the end of the clip. Say you're using Premiere Pro instead, I'm going to quickly go over a couple of keys you can use, and you can't do Command C, but what you can do is just press C, and this will take you to the blade, and then you press V to go back to normal. Obviously you can Command C and Command V is copy and paste, and then Command Z and Shift Command Z is the same. So pretty much everything's the same. Shortcuts are just a great way of making you a much quicker editor, so I highly recommend using shortcuts rather than just using just clicking everywhere on screen. So make sure you do that, research into shortcuts, learn all of them, and if you want me to do another video about shortcuts, maybe in general, how to use them, then definitely thumbs up this video, and I will do that for you guys. The last final tip is tip number 5, and this is being a good storyteller. Now, if you aren't a very good storyteller, don't worry, because anyone can start editing, anyone can start vlogging. It's just a matter of time, practice, and experience. For a good story, you need to have a beginning, a middle, and an ending. At the start of my videos, as you can see, I have the date, then I present, and then it goes into some highlights of the actual video. Now this isn't particularly the start of the day, but it just highlights the kind of introduction to the video, and then after that it goes into music with shots of the journey there, and that kind of just introduces the vlog, because if I didn't have that, I just went straight into talking, it would just be straight into the middle of the vlog. It just wouldn't be great, to be honest. Like, it just sets the scene to it, and I think it's a very important thing to have an introduction to the video. And then I guess when I start talking here, alright guys, welcome to a brand new video on my YouTube channel. Now I did that new transition. So I started talking, that's still the introduction, and then after that it's into the middle of the vlog, and this middle is basically the vlog itself, what you're actually basing the video around. And say the video was called like BMXer learns backflip, the video is going to be based around a BMXer doing backflip. So that's the middle of the video. What you've kind of thought about doing the video about, that's going to be in the middle of it, and you just want to base the main amount of time in the middle section. And then once you've done that, you want to go to the ending, and this is going to be when you kind of leave the place which you're at, or you're finishing the video off. So in this case, I've got some shots of the journey home and just the area I was in. There's some shots of like just me on the bus journey. Then I finish off the video right here. Just say like, hope you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, all that stuff. You get what I mean? You want to end the video very nicely, ask for support on your channel. And then the final tip which I'm giving you for the ending is definitely adding an end screen, especially if you're watching this for YouTube purposes. So add an end screen like I got here. I've got thanks for watching, latest video, and subscribe. Now end screens are very important, because if a viewer watches right to the end of your video, then they can click right on the subscribe button, they can watch the latest video, and I think it's just a great thing really. So definitely include end screens, but overall you need to have a very good beginning, perhaps just introducing the vlog. But if you're in like an edit mind, so like some of my edits, I have an introduction of them like walking to the skate park. Just like, you want to create a story, if you get me. You don't just want to have a random vlog. You don't just want to start at a skate park. You want to actually start at home, think about how you're going to have a start to the vlog, think about how you're going to have a middle, and then think about how you're going to have an end. And it's the same with films, and like anything in general, you need to have a story to it. So just think about that, and hopefully that helps you out with creating better content for your YouTube. So some final tips which I can give you about being a good storyteller is definitely color correction / grading, but also music choice. Now if you don't know what color correction and grading is, it's basically the process of adjusting the exposure, maybe adding a blue tint to it, etc. And then adding on to this, you want to add a LUT maybe to grade it, and this kind of just sets the mood or the tone to it. It's good to do this because if you want to make it happy, then you can add like maybe a blue tint, increase the exposure. But if you're also having a sad mood, then you want to decrease the exposure, just change the colour of it to make it look kind of sad. You get what I mean? Maybe black and white would be a good example. And the music choice is the same thing really, set the mood. If you want some happy music, maybe upbeat, and if it's sad, just like depressing kind of music. I'm going to finish the video here. I really hope you enjoyed and I helped you out with some tips on video editing. Make sure to drop a like rating. Let's hit 50 or 60 likes. That would mean a lot to me. Comment down below what you thought of this video, some feedback, if I helped you out, guys, because it means the world if you just let me know if I did help you out and if you actually use these tips on board. Also make sure to share the video, subscribe about stuff, and saying that, I'll catch you in the next video.